Hello, everybody. It's me again, and new version of Core Data. What we're going to do in this series of video, I'm going to create a couple videos explaining how to use Core Data. Okay, we've done this before, but we used Swift 1.2. Now we're going to use Swift 2.0. Now, before you start this, you need to watch the video that explained Core Data concepts, which is it will be listed in this playlist. Okay, that part stays the same. All right, so I've created this object, this app, and it's called Single View App, Core Data, Video, Swift 2. And here, important part is to use Core Data. Okay, and then you click on Next. Okay, and I think I'm going to put it on the desktop for now. And I'll move it later on. Okay. Click Create. And here, why is this not hiding? We have the view controller, and then we have, notice we have this object called XData Core Data Model. Okay, so what we're going to do in this one, we're going to do the Core Data Model, create similar things that we've done before, which is the store. So you do the same thing. You say File, you go in there. Now you can create your entity here. An entity, if you were not familiar with Core Data before, it's just like a table. If you're familiar with databases, it's a table with some fields in it. We call those attributes. Okay, we're going to create new entity. So I'm going to say create. Here, do you see that plus? And we're going to call this store, just like we had before. Stores. Okay, and then you hit OK. Now you start adding the attributes. As you remember, I think we have store name. Start using the store name, and it is a string. And then we have plus store description. It's a string again. And then we're gonna do lat and latitude. We'll do maybe something fancy in this one, just to store. We can allow the user to click somewhere in the map and then get the location and store it in the core data. Okay, store lat. And then plus store longitude. And then finally one field to store the image, which is store image or icon, whatever you want to call it. This one is need to be data. Okay, and here this is need to be actually string. You can make it float if you want. You can make it string. Okay, for now. All right, and then with data, let's make sure the image is correct. Store image. It's data. Okay. All right, that's it. Now what we're going to do, you go in the, you need to create the class associated with this. Okay, and the way you do that is move this back here. The way you do that, you just go into the editor and you create an as managed object subclasses. Okay, click on that. Then this is, we have only one core data. We have this is the model that we have, one object in it. Then you click on next. All right, and then you create it. Now notice here you gotta be careful. Okay, you make sure that you use Swift, not Objective-C. Okay, and then you click on create, and then we're done. I'll show you what we have in here. Now we have, in the past, it used to create one class, which is just this, and as managed object, and it has all the attributes here. And now we have two classes. You have the extension of store. Instead of just the store, you have an extension of store, which has all the attributes defined in them. Okay. Now, if you go back to the model, I just want to show you one more thing here. There is, no way, this is not hiding. Okay. I don't know, weird. Usually this auto hides. You will have here, notice you have different styles of editing. Okay, you can do it like in a tabular format where you enter the data, or you have actually like like ER diagram, if you will, or object diagram, if you will, where you can have relationship and stuff like that. Okay, for the sake of simplicity, we're just doing a simple example, so we have only one table. Of course, you can have complex tables with the relationships and foreign keys and all of that stuff. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the view controller. Now we want to use this view controller. We want to use the class that we just created. Before we do that, go to the storyboard and then add a few fields. Make that compact, and then let's add a few fields. We want to add text fields. And here's text field that should house the ID, the store name, description. Maybe the store name needs to be smaller. And we have two fields for latitude and longitude. For now, I'll leave it that like that, but later on I'll make it into a map. Okay. So we have two fields. Where is the latitude? Text field again. Text fields, latitude, longitude, and again text field. Okay. And then we need to have an image. Okay, the image view controller. We have only one image here, so I'm gonna put an image UI image here. Of course, you can do a picker image view here if you want. That's not this discussion here. So I have an image here. Okay, and then I'll have two buttons. I'll have one button save for now. Just put one button called save. And then one button we're gonna say search. Okay, then we'll go in here. Attribute, change that to say save, and then this one will say search. Okay. All right, that's all. All right, so now we're gonna do the, just do that here. We wanna hide the keyboard. Okay, I've done this code previously, so to hide the keyboard, you can make this as control, the view itself. This is the view. Change that to make that control. Instead of UI view, make it UI control. Control. And now what happens, you can have actions related to this UI control. Okay. So let's do our connections. And let's do the code assist. I need reference to all of these. Okay, so I'm gonna do the connection. One, this is txt description. Two, this is txt. What do you call that? This is, oh, that one. Shoot, that should say the name and description. So this is name. Let's show you how we do that. I'm gonna disconnect these and then connect them again. And then the way you do it, you can do it from here. This is description is here now, and this is name is here. Make sure that's okay. And you don't have to do this because I made a mistake. Okay, I'm going to make sure txt description connected to only one, and this is also connected to only one. If you have it connected to multiple times, you can have a problem. Your program errors out. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with latitude. Txt lat, and then txt longitude. Then I have UI image, image, store image, I guess. Okay. All right, and then we want to get from here. We have actions now. Okay, we have 3 actions: one for save, one for find, search, and one to hide the keyboard. So this is going to be action first of all. Save record, and here find record, and it's an action. Make sure it's an action. And connect, and for the view, we're gonna say hide keyboard. Hide keyboard. Okay, and it is here. It's an action, but you have to be careful here. The default is value change. So instead of that, you want to make sure touch up inside. Okay, so you make that touch up inside. Hit connect. That's pretty much it for all the connections. All right. Now we need to do a little bit of coding. Let's do the hide keyboard first of all. Okay, and the way you do it, I've done. You can do txt first, put first responder, put resign first responder, resign first responder. That's the quickest way. If you have more, you can have a loop that go through all the views, and if it is a text field, you'll say resign first responder. So I'll do it the dirty way quickly. Say txt description that resign first responder. Okay, txt latitude, because I don't know where am I. Okay, dot resign first responder. It could be in any of those fields. Txt longitude dot resign first responder. Dot txt longitude dot resign first responder. Then finally, txt is that it? No, name, txt name dot resign first responder. Okay, that will do that part. So if I do this, you'll notice that if you type anywhere, if you're on the simulator, so now if I do this, there's the keyboard. Let's do something with the keyboard. Maybe that's me for. If you want to do the keyboard, debug or hardware, keyboard, Not do that. Keyboard. Okay. So now when you type, you get the keyboard. Okay. So I'm gonna do this here, here, and then notice when you click on here, the keyboard hides. Okay. Right now, we're gonna do the code for saving the button, the save button. Okay. What I'll do is that I will maybe quit here, stop the video, so we'll break it apart instead of it's one long video and those people get bored. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and we'll make this part one. Okay.